Chinese mother tongue. But the problem for me is that this girl explained to me in English, but it's not a problem. I'm a host for the English meeting on Wednesday, and I was a host for the Italian meeting here. But nowadays is in standby because we haven't people that have interesting to practice the Italian languages with me. But there isn't a problem, and that's it, guys.
Oh, thank you for your introduce. But
Okay, okay.
it's
About
nice.
me. My name is Joaquim Maia. I am from Portugal. I live here near Lisbon. I am 78 years old, retired, of course, married, with a son, a daughter, and three grandsons. Then, as a retired, I would say, then I have some free time during the day. Then I like to walking in the morning. I like also normally I start the day reading the news of the day. I like also in the others days, I like to go to the gym. I like very much to exercise. For my age, it's very useful to exercise. I like also to travel, very much to travel. And it's because I am here more or less 3, 4 times a week to practice the English, English and French also, because as I like to travel, is very useful to know something about English, especially English, because when we go abroad, it's very useful to speak the English, essentially in checkout, check-ins, to ask for some information when we need to know about something. It's very useful, and then it's because I have here more or less 3, 4 times a week to practice the English and the French, and that's all about me.
Okay, Joaquin, thank you a lot for your explanation. Now, Christian, your turn, please.
Sure. Hello, guys. Good afternoon. For those who don't know me, my name is Christian Jimenez. Oh my God, I think that my computer is frozen. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, because I was opening some software here that it's so heavy. So I will continue. I am from Bolivia. I am 36 years old. In fact, I will turn 37 the next month in April. I currently work as a tech lead in IT area here in Brazil. I moved to Brazil 3 years ago with my wife, so I am married. Let me see what else. In my free time, I really enjoy. I would say that I love learning new languages. I am currently trying to learn as well French here in the platform. Uh, by the way, I became a French host the last year, and I'm currently English host as well here. So it's really sad to know that Italian immersion stoppage because perhaps I will start learning Italian the next year. Not this one because I'm so focused on French and English because they are linked to my personal professional goals. I really love football, playing volleyball as well when I have time, free time. Let me see what else. I think that's it about me.
Okay, Christian, thank you a little about you. Guys, I'm very, very happy to have you here. I guess we are just international here because, oh my God, I am living in Spain, but I'm Brazilian. I will introduce a little about myself. My name is Barbara Ortega. I live in Zaragoza in Spain. I'm living here in Spain about 2 years. We'll complete 2 years the next month. But actually, I'm from Rio de Janeiro, in Brazil. I lived all my life in São Paulo because my dad got a job offer there, and I don't know, I lived there about 20 years more or less, and then I got married, and me and my husband moved to here in Spain. Um, and now I work with marketing, but I am a graphic designer. And in my free time, I really love to study and also to go to the coffee shops and take some coffee and spend a time drawing because I am a very artistic person too. And I am enjoying a lot to live in here. It's very amazing and beautiful. I really recommend you guys to come here and spend a time because it's very amazing. I love the architecture here. So it's a little about me. Hi, Genemis. Genemis entered in our immersion. Welcome to our immersion, Genemis.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So guys, just remember for ourselves that I'm not a teacher. I'm here to learn with you guys, and I'm really happy to have this diversity today because of the country that you are from. And here we are not allowed to speak Portuguese and your born language, just English, to become a really immersion. So I will put the questions in the chat right now, and I will start. The question number one. First, Aurelio, please. What makes a day trip worth it for you? The destination, the company, the cost benefit. What counts for you?
Yes, in my point of view, without any doubt, the destination, because if I choose a destination, there is a reason, and this because I'm a person very curiously, and in particular, I have a great passion. In the reality, yes, I am a normal worker, but I'm a building technician, and I have a great passion regarding all the buildings, all the architecture for the building, and in particular regarding the church, because here in Italy we have a lot of monuments. I have a great passion for this, but in the same time, I think that is so important for for a short trip or a long trip, eventually, if there is the possibility to have a good friend or good people together, because if you stay together some people, but they haven't the same passion or the same interest, this is a problem, because they are so boring. They are at this person. These people don't like to stay for a lot of time to see very deeply the structure, or example the monuments, because in the same way I have a great passion regarding all types of the monuments. And if I have the opportunity to go in the museum, normally I stay for 2 3 hours, and I like to see very deeply all the materials inside the museum. For this reason, if I have the opportunity to go in a particular place for a day with a friend, is important that this person have the same interesting that I have I have yeah I because if we haven't the same interesting, prefer to avoid to have a company. That's it.
Okay, lovely and a good it's a good comment about it. Do you have been uh someday here in Spain or never went here? No.
No, for the moment, unfortunately, yes. No, I can tell you 4 years ago, but not in the Spanish, but in the Spanish islands, in the Canarian.
The Canary.
Cara,
Oh.
cara,
Canarias.
Canarias. And the next August, I will go another time because I like to show this place for my mother because she is so old, and for her is it the first time that getting out to the Italy country.
Oh, amazing. Oh, the next time you think to come here for a visit, here is amazing for the architecture. So I recommend you to go to Toledo. It's a city near to Madrid. It's a Roman city. It's very amazing. There are a lot of constructions, old constructions that are really you feel like you are in a film, a movie, you know. So I recommend that city for you to visit because you like it. So Aurelio, thank you so much about your response. Now, Joaquin, your turn, please. Do you want to read the number one or to read the number two? What do you
The number
prefer?
2 for me.
Okay, it can be.
Do you prefer planning everything in advance or going with the flow on the day of the trip? Well, I prefer planning the trip in advance. Always when we decided to travel for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, I like always to plan the trip with some time in advance because I like that everything running well with if we go for some days, I like to know if I have or not the hotel booking okay, the transport by train or aircraft. I like very much to know if all the things before starting, if all the things are okay.
Okay, so you like to have everything under control and don't have headaches at all.
Everything on control. Yeah.
Okay,
About Spain,
okay.
as you know, we are here, we are neighbor of Spain.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Then I know many cities in Spain. Last month, the February, on the 23, the weekend on the 23, we make a trip for the weekend to the Serra de Nevada. I think maybe you know, Granada, Sevilla, Malaga. Then there is the cities that you spend some time. But I know also I make already very many trips to north of Spain, Barcelona, Valencia, Salamanca. I know many cities in Spain.
What city that you like it most here in Spain?
Uh, Maybe Madrid, the capital, but Valencia, see Barcelona. I think Barcelona it's very interesting. Also, Granada also. It's an interesting city to visit. But for the museum search monuments, Salamanca, I think is one of the most important cities in Spain, I think.
Okay, nice. Anything else that you want to talk or comment? Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Joaquin. Is
Okay,
any
sorry, I don't understand.
is anything else that you want to share or comment? Oh, it's okay.
Okay,
It's okay.
by now I think it's okay.
Okay, thank you for sharing a little about your experience. This weekend, sorry, I went to Barcelona. I was there Saturday, and it's an amazing city. But I never went to the other place that you mentioned. But in Madrid, I lived a year there, so I know Madrid. And that's about it. Thank you, Joaquin. Christian, your turn. Do you prefer to read the second or the third one? Or anything else that you prefer? Feel free.
I wanted to answer the first one. So, from my view, I think that the company is the most important in my case, because as I already said, I am married, so we already experienced some trips that were not that good, although we put some effort to making it like a memorable trip. But although the trip wasn't that good, I think that the company saved that trip. In my case, every time that I travel with my wife, I really enjoy that time because I think that we together we can firstly, if the trip is not that good, we can try to find the positive experience of that, not just being focused on the negative side. So we together we enjoy every single trip that we have. The second one that I'm gonna pick is gonna the cost benefits. I'm gonna say that it's important. It's related to the question number two as well. I am the kind of person who really like to have everything under control. So I do all of my reservations in advance. So for example, if we want to travel to a different country this year, I for sure I'm gonna try to buy our tickets 5 months in advance. So yeah, that I really like to do that. But in trips experience, it's kind of difficult to have everything under control. Um, Let me see what else. Planning everything about Spain. Actually, my mother-in-law, she lives over there in Madrid specifically. But we never been to Spain yet. We tried it, but for us as Bolivians, we need a tourist visa, and it's kind of expensive. And in my personal opinion, it doesn't worth it. It doesn't worth it because if I ask for the visa, I'm gonna get the visa just for the period of the trip. For example, if I'm gonna stay over there for 1 week, my visa will expire at the final of that trip. So, in my personal opinion, that is unfair because it's not that cheap. I think that it's 100 to $200. Uh, Unlike the American visa, for example, that it reminds, or you can use it in my case for 10 years. You can go there and obviously leave the country in max 6 months. So I'm not sure if we will be able to travel to Bolivia to Spain as Bolivians. Perhaps we're gonna wait to become Brazilians or to get the Brazilian passport and take advantage of that and visit Europe. That's it.
Okay, I guess the best plan that you had, because yeah, it's very expensive, the visa of the Bolivia, no? In Brazil, we can come here without any visa and spend 3 months, or do the visa, and I don't know, to get the citizens permission and stay here, and to get a job here, and you can stay. But yeah, it's complicated. But yeah, thank you about your opinion. I guess I am the same page as you. The company, it counts a lot. Even it, I don't know, become a disaster or anything else, and you have a company that you like and enjoy. It can save the day, you know. I'm totally agree with you. So thank you, Christian. Now, Ginemis, your turn. First, I will ask you to introduce yourself for our colleagues to know a little bit about you, and then you can choose the question that you like most, okay?
Okay. My name is Genemes. I live in Cajazeiras, Paraíba, Brazil. I'm a software engineer since 2012. I'm married. I have 3 kids, little kids, and my free time I like play music, spend my time with my family, and read technical books. About tech, question number 2. I have 3 little kids, and the travel is a big challenge. I I prefer trippy, and the places nearby my house. I live too close to several tourist spots in my region. We have waterfalls, balloon rides, mountains with shells, and several water parks. My kids prefer water parks. It's so fun for a day, and it's a good experience for me and my wife, because the kids happy a lot with the in the inside the water parks. It's so good, and in our vacation we I drive to water parks. It's very fun. Spend my time with they.
And can you relax with they?
So uh, because water parks is funny, but it is dangerous for kids, and we have a stay in alert warning all time.
Yeah, for sure. We have to take care of our children, and no, stay in the yellow alert all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you are in family and you spend a great time together. I guess a great time.
Yeah.
And do you prefer to travel by car, bus, or train for a day trip?
By car, because I I don't need the hope, the bus, and the spend time in the desconhecido, lugar desconhecido, and more security.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, I know I put the option of the train in that question, but for the another guys, just to explain about a little in Brazil, it not so common to have trains to transport to like a way to transportation that you can go far, not too far, but in an hour you can stay in another city, or even in another country. No, so it's not common to have trains like high velocity trains in Brazil. So the most common ways are airplanes or car or buses. So it's about that. Okay, and I don't know. I guess you not get the introduction about our colleagues, but Joaquin is from Portugal, and Aurelio is from Italy, and Christian from Bolivia. So we are in a really immersion today. Great, Ginemis. Okay, in your opinion, in the question number 9, what are the most common mistakes people make when planning a day trip for you? Oh, Ginemis, I stopped to hear you. I'm not listening. Okay, now I am.
Sorry. Depends of destination, because when you travel to another country, the coins is a danger, a red flag. When you go out Brazil to Europe or USA, the difference of cambio is very high, and you can preparation for this. Or mistake, it's about eu não sei falar em inglês isso, as malas, né? Despacho.
The bags.
It's boring. It's boring.
Okay. Okay, it's a very a long process to put your bags in the police station, enter in the airports, and wait along for take a trip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Nemes, thank you about your opinion. Now, coming back for Aurelio. Aurelio, if you had to give us one essential tip for someone planning this type of trip, like a day trip, what would it be?
Normally, if I a day trip, I prefer to go in a place so close to my house, because in this way I don't lost a lot of time in for the trip. But to be honest, when a lot of years ago I went in a day, it was in the same time. It was a nightmare, but it was a beautiful experience for me, because I went in the UK for one day. I started to a Italian airport. I went in close to London, and I go back in the evening, and I decided to do this trip in only one day, not because it was so expensive, because in that moment my wife told me, Aurelio, stay a couple of days, because in this way you stay in a relax. But in that occasion, I prefer to do a trip so fast, because I had other necessity here in Italy. But in the same time, it was a very beautiful experiences, because for the first time in my life, I stayed alone in another country, and in that moment, I haven't the capacity to speak in English like today, and it was a nightmare for this reason. But in the same time, it was a very incredible experiences, because I I met a lot of very polite people that help me in a different way without the capacity to explain to me in Italian. But it was an incredible experience for me. And for this reason, if is my day trip, my day holiday is if I have a few hours, I prefer to stay closer to the place where I live. If I have a lot of days, I prefer to go in other country or in other cities so far because I have the opportunity to visit this city. For example, today for me is a day off, and this evening, this afternoon, I'm so sorry because now I'm in the evening. I went close to my city to visit a very particular church that is at 15 kilometers more or less. And for me today it was so special because I had the opportunity to visit the church without a lot of people around me, and I can stay in that church and to see all the structure very quiet without the problem. No, it's necessary to go back at home because my wife go back for this reason. I stay very, very quiet, very tranquility, and I see all the part of the church very deeply. And this for me is a very special occasion. That's it.
Oh, amazing, amazing. So, I will make some another question for you. If you would like to choose some place in the world, what place would gonna be and why to go there, no?
Yes, to be honest, my biggest dream is to go in the USA, but not to visit all the USA because I have a great passion for the human space flight. And my biggest dream is to go in the USA and to visit the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, and in the same time have the opportunity to visit in Texas the Boca Chica village where now Elon Musk searched to create the first interplanetary spacecraft. But to be honest, this my dream is so expensive, and now I haven't the money and the opportunity to go in the USA. I hope to take the occasion before to pass away because I hope to stay in the middle of my life, and I hope to have this occasion in the next future. Depend of the money because now is so expensive. That's it.
Yeah, you have the difference of the Canadian coin, no? Yeah. Okay. So Aurelio, thank you for your answer. And now I will stay with Joaquin. And Joaquin, if you could choose some place in the world to visit, what place could be and why?
Well, about me, I have planned. I have planned to visit the fjords in Norway in 2018, but because the problem of the pandemic is the when starting the COVID, and then we stopped the trip to fjords. One place is to visit China, the Muir of China. And also one day I would like to make the travel by train, the Transylvania trip between Moscow and Vladivostok in China. It's one dream that I would like to finish before to die.
Great. And do you like the Chinese culture?
If I like
The Chinese culture.
future is the
I will write for you.
culture. We more or less I like all the kind of culture. Essentially about museums, about monasteries, about church. It's because I stay very admired with all the culture and all the monuments in Salamanca. It's because I like very much to visit, but more or less when I went abroad for a trip, is the things that I always visit is the monuments, castles, all the things related with the story because I like very much story to read about story. Then all the monuments related with story, I visit all the monuments. Here in Europe, I know more or less a lot of countries here in Europe because I worked in Portuguese Airlines. Then as I have free travels, then every summer vacations we visit one different country here in
Oh,
Europe. And then it's I know a lot of monuments here in Paris, London, in the other countries. In 2017, I went also to the Canada, Toronto, waterfall, the waterfalls. One dream that I had is to visit also New York, the Fifth Avenue. I have also the pleasure to stay there. And then it's more or less what I want to say.
okay. Thank you about this, to share this experience that you like in your opinion. Let me see. I know that you like a lot about history. I saw that you have a lot of books behind you. And okay, guys, now I will pass to Christian to make some question for him. So Christian, let me see. Question. In your opinion, Christian, what is the worst part of a day trip?
From my view, the worst part is when you have to return to the reality. And as well, something I wanted to say about some advices when you start planning your day trip is checking how the traffic will be, because if it is, for example, a holiday, it's for sure that other people will decide to go to the same place depending where you want to go. For example, if you want to go to the countryside or to the beach, it can be that others will decide that place as their destination for that specific day. So I think that returning is the worst part. As well, if you went, for example, to the beach and you have to get back your clothes and you have to clean them, or yeah, clean the laundries in this case. I think that kind of things is the worst part in my personal opinion. Another one, let me see, it's if the next day you have to work, depending what you did, obviously you will be so exhausted. So thinking about what you have to do the next day, it's really it's awful. That always happened to me every single Sunday, because I know that the next day is Monday, so I have to work. Let me see what else. I think that's it. Maybe paying the accounts, depending what you how much you spent. I think those are the worst parts of when you finish your trip.
Yeah, it's true, totally true. And what destination that you had for a short trip that you like it most to have?
Uh, I think that I would choose places or cities nearly where I live, because one day is not there is not time enough to go so far. So I could go someplace nearly here, Curitiba, for example. Uh, Visit some parks, natural parks, or maybe a little bit longer, some beaches that we have here in Paraná. As a matter of fact, I never been to a Brazilian beach yet, even living here for almost 3 years. Every time that I say that, Brazilians tell me, how did you never how the heck you never visited a Brazilian beach yet? Yeah, maybe this year we are gonna go to to visit one. Um, uh, yeah, someplace near of this of Curitiba in this case.
You are more on the countryside of Curitiba?
No, I'm in the urban part of Curitiba.
Okay. Okay. I recommend that you visit some beach there because it's amazing.
Yeah, people told us about Marquinhos,
Uh-huh.
but we never went there yet.
Oh boy, go there because it's very good. Yeah, really. Okay. Um, okay. And in you, do you prefer to have a trip by car, bus, airplane?
So if it is a 1 day trip, I would prefer to go by car. If I don't have that chance, I think that I would pick bus. Uh, Train, yeah, depending where you are. For example, the last time that we went to Argentina with my wife, we spent 1 day going to uh, Parque de la Costa. We were in Buenos Aires, and to go to the Parque de la Costa, we had to take a train, and the trip was around 1 hour. So in that context, it was really great to take the train. And in addition, the cost of train in Argentina or public transportation is really cheap. So it's something that we love it. But it would be in that order. Firstly, car. Uh, Although I don't like to drive here in Brazil yet, because I am a foreign, and I
Mhm.
don't know all of the rules that we have here. And here in Curitiba in Paraná, by the way, you have a lot of cameras, and you can get some tickets. I
Yeah.
already got some of them the last time that I moved to Curitiba, so it's so expensive, 150 reals
Yeah.
easily. So I don't like to drive here for that reason, because in general I really love driving. But because of that, I would prefer to take a bus.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you use the maps, the Google Maps, or another, I don't know, the another apps like Waze, like
Yeah,
these ones. I don't.
I used to
Uh-huh.
use Waze, but I stopped using it because I think that one time the Waze sent me a map that was kind of weird. So at that time, I decided to stop using Waze, and now I prefer to use Google Maps.
Okay. I asked I asked that question because of the tickets that of the trip that you had, because normally if you preset the app to warning you when you have the cameras at the street, and but I know it's not all of them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that time that I got that ticket, it was because as well I was coming here alone because my wife was not with me. And
Uh-huh.
when we travel together, obviously she is my co-pilot and she holds the cell phone and she tells me that there is a camera in 1,000 meters. But at that time I was coming here alone, so I think that was why I got that ticket.
Okay, I used to do this with my husband in Brazil too. I help him with the cameras and that stuffs as a couplet. Great, Christian. Nice answer. Okay, guys. Joaquin, I have a question for you. What company that you work?
What company?
You work.
I make my professional career in Portuguese Airlines,
Ah,
in
mm-hmm.
our aviation company. I stay there for 35 years. And then I made all my career professional there.
Great. I'm asking that question because my husband works at Ryanair.
Okay, Ryanair.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
But he's very new, and sometimes you get some tickets to travel in Europe, so it's very amazing.
Then you have free travels. Then
Oh,
you
we have some free tickets.
some free, having some free. Mhm.
Yeah.
In my case, we have all the family,
Oh.
sons and wife
Mhm.
have had the free travels. Yeah,
Great.
two times by here, two times a year. We have free travels.
Okay, nice. Great to know. Okay. Um, great. Um, let me see. About your trips, Joaquin, do you have one that were very special for you that you like it most at all?
Uh, Sorry, what question? What the number of the question you?
That question is not on the chat. I
Okay.
am making for you. Like,
Can you repeat, please?
okay. Do you had some travel that you like most and
Okay.
enjoy it most?
Okay. I would say that I have a lot of travels that I like a lot. It's difficult to choose. But anyway, I would say, for example, the travel that we made to Toronto in Canada, it was amazing because we travel in the same in the during 10 days. During 10 days, we visit Toronto and New York. But the trip between Toronto and New York, we made the trip by train during 14 years. we made a trip in train, and then it was very interesting because my wife and I we like very much to travel by train, and then we have the opportunity to appreciate very interesting sightseeings during the voyage. And for us, I would say that it was one of the amazing trips that we made. But also, for example, London. London is one interesting city also to visit. Paris also. Greece, for example, Greece. The people that like story. It's very interesting to visit Greece. Italy, Rome. It's also one capital very interesting with very interesting. I would say that the mother of the story it's Rome. I had very interesting place that it was for me amazing to visit.
Okay, it's very amazing to know about your travel experiences, and I don't know if you and Aurelio someday could meet yourselves. So I don't know.
One day I would like also. I know in Brazil I know the Recife in
Oh.
Pernambuco.
Mhm.
But one day I would like to visit the state of Amazonas, Manaus,
Oh, great,
and
great.
to stay some time with the Indios in the Amazonas,
Yes, the angels in Portuguese,
Indios.
no?
Yes.
Okay. Indians in English. Okay. Thank you, Joaquin. Aurelio, I have a question. It's like a big question about my it's my curiosity because I went to Cagliari. Yeah, in the last year, and I would like to ask about a thing that I saw, and I had the perception that in the countryside in Italy, the people doesn't like to speak in English. It's true in the whole country. It's about that.
No, it's true. It's true. The people here in Italy prefer to speak in Italian, and it don't have the capacity to speak in other languages because for us it's so important to speak in Italian. In fact, it's so difficult to find people that speak a lot of languages, or in particular in English, because the English is an international language. But the people in all part of the Italian are very polite, and they can help you in a different different way without the capacity to speak in English or in other languages. I think that in the south of the Italy, the people is very polite to help the people that have a problem, or help the tourist, because here in Italy, the tourists are very important because they have a lot of money for us. This is a simple, and because here in Italy we have a lot of monuments, a lot of very special places full of history. In fact, if I can, I like to suggest to Jacquim, if you have the opportunity to visit the Italian, yes, the Roman city is so beautiful. But if you have the opportunity to visit the ancient city Pompeii, it's an incredible place, very incredible, very special, because you have the impression to go back 2,000 years ago. Is so incredible. That's it.
We
Oh,
2 years ago, I was in the north of Italy. We went by bus through Milan,
Oh,
and during 1 week we make the we make the voyage between Milan and Rome by bus.
oh,
Then
bueno.
we visit the most important cities between Milan and Rome, like Venice, Florence,
Beautiful.
and very interesting also cities for many interesting about history. It's very interesting. But
nice.
the next time I went to visit was the sud of the Italy.
Great, Joaquin. Great. So thank you, Aurelio, to answer my question, because the last time I had a funny situation with my husband, because anybody in the country in Cagliari talking English with us, so we have to use the Google Translation, because we talk in Portuguese, Spanish, and English, but Italian not, and it was so funny.
But
But
here on Talk and Talk, we have an Italian meeting with me. If you need to study
okay.
Italian, you can
Okay.
speak with Philip. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I will think about it. It's a great opportunity. So guys, thank you a lot for coming here today with me for the first time, Joaquin, Aurelio. It was a very amazing time with you guys. I really love to hear about your experiences, about your travel experience too, and to hear your accents, because it's very incredible to hear different ones. No.
Yeah.
And I would like to see you more time. So my immersions, it always happens at 2. It's 2 o'clock in Brazilian time zone, but you know your time zone is adjusted. Here for me is 6 of the afternoon. I don't know what time is there for you guys. But at Tuesdays, I made immersions in Spanish too. If you get interest to speak Spanish, and the same hour of this immersion, it happens at Tuesdays in Spanish. Okay, guys. So thank you a lot, and see you, and enjoy the week, and see you in the Monday. Bye bye.
You,
See
thank
you
you.
guys.
Till
Thank
till
you.
next time. Till next time.